Hey, good morning, friends. I want to take a moment and take you through my facility, which is really just the front end of my home. We finally built a new home studio, and it's my pleasure to just show you around a little bit so you have maybe a better idea of my life here as you're watching all the videos, get a little better idea of the space. So come on in a little bit. You're in the sales room, and I did a little video on one portion of the sales room about the display wall or the reveal wall. This is generally where the money's made. This is where I do my selling, and I do have assistants with my selling, just like I have assistants making videos. My crew is here today, Mike and Andy. So we are having a good old morning, bringing things to you, some new little video clips. So just the space is pretty simple. It's kind of a front-end office or bonus room when the home design was made. But I can put as many as 6 or 8 people in here quite easily to do my sales, and plus myself and my salesperson. So even though we keep it kind of empty with just like 2 main chairs, I usually sit off one side and run the computer, wireless to the screen, and my sales girl, Beth, will sit over on the other side, and she'll make all the notations and do a lot of the pitching, actually, for the sale. And we have in the room sizes that we sell. So we show the 24-30 canvases, we show the 20 by 24s on the wall, and we have senior products in here as well as my favorite, the black and white collection. It's all here. So I'll take you around the other side real quick. One of the other specialties that we've been doing for years, it's been a great sales tool. It's been these panels. Show you this here, color, black and white. This is a very small one. We make large ones, but this is a completely easy sell in the studio. 3 prints in a double mat in a frame. It's a product that you can sell regularly. So let me take you to the other side. So on this side of the room, we have our reveal wall, my displays of sizes, and my power screen to come down when I do my shows. I have a complete video about this, and hopefully a lot of you already seen it, called Revealing the Reveal. But that's a small, very small portion of what we do in this room. The major part is projection, and we do have wireless projection, ceiling mounted projector and a ceiling mounted screen that motors down. And that is the most ideal way for me to sell. It doesn't mean it has to be yours, but it's mine. Also, we have, you can see this, we have lots of different size samples down here. You can see that, Mike, all the different canvases from 1114 up to 2430, handy there, just to hold up sometimes to get that reference. Let's take you out into another room. Basically, this is our entrance area. Clients come in from the front, are greeted here. We drop things in this room here that's not being used at the time. And we have a dressing area over here. Maybe you can see over my shoulder. It's well stocked with everything they could need. There is enough room in here. It doesn't feel claustrophobic because there's 12-foot ceilings in here. So we do have the makeup lights, makeup mirror, lots of hang-up area behind me here. So this has come in very handy. We have a couple of beautiful bathrooms or restrooms. One is most used, and it's at the other side. You don't need to see bathrooms, but they are beautifully appointed. My wife does a great job of decorating. And so we do have overflow if we need it. So let's go into the front entrance area here. We change it for the season. We've changed it a couple times in the 2 years we've been here. And currently we put together basically another background that I can shoot against. We can remove some of the objects on here and just go with the graphic content of this wall piece, or this would be a hall tree. Who knows what it is, but we found it and we liked it for its graphic appeal, and I've shot on it. And then we try to use some of the other elements here as well. So let me show you the actual camera area. So my camera area in my home here is, or was, basically a pretty large dining area. Had a nice high ceiling. As you can see, we have our track lighting up there, and it's been with me for like 25 years. I love it. I've moved it a few times. Still works beautifully. We use the Larson soft boxes here, the 4x6, the 3x4. We use a strip for hair light. We have a spotlight for my background, and always use large white reflectors. This here, most people know. Many of you out there may not know though. My favorite camera in the world is not a Hasselblad. It's not digital, but it's this Gallon Flex, which I got from Peter. And it is a beautiful, beautiful 4x5 film portrait camera. And I just love it, but I don't use it as much anymore because it's hard to get the film that I used for it, which was the Polaroid PN55. It's not made anymore. There's a new version. I use it a little bit, but this camera gives me fidelity that beats any digital out there. So I just love it when I can use it. Let's take a look at another area. This is my little work table in the camera room, which sometimes, of course, I leave my extra cards and remotes on here. I use this monitor sometimes when we have models or doing workshops or something and we want to plug into the camera and have them show right up on here. Don't do that for regular paying customers though. Try and avoid that. Here's all my muslin backgrounds right below. There's probably about 15 of them that I keep active at a time. And then from there we have just take a closer look at the background system. We have obviously a 4-roller system up here. You can see that. Plus we have another background permanently mounted behind this system. And then, as you can see, we can clip any other background canvas, like this is a business headshot canvas, paper, anything we want, we can add to this. So that gives us really infinite options. Welcome to my production office. Again, not big. It's probably a 12 by 14 room, just a big extra bedroom that I've turned into my printing and my lab, except for the wet lab, that's elsewhere. But we do everything else here. And in a quick scan, you can see we've got printers, 3 or 4 computers, cutting areas, and then importantly, this light box. You need to find out about this. Everybody needs to properly view their images. And for us who print, this is where we throw up test strips to see. This is a perfectly balanced, it's a TRV-1, it's a 5500 degree light box, and it gives us a perfect analysis of our color balance. Very, very important part of our process. So on this side, we have our basically cutting and assembly area. We step aside over here. It's a nice sized table that we hand built ourselves actually. This is a 24-inch cutter that gets used. It's been used for decades and it continues to work beautifully. We also have a shrink wrap machine. We put all of our final products out shrink wrapped. Underneath there's a lot of tools and stuff and packaging, but we keep all of our mats and other accessories for packaging in there as well. So let's go on the other side. We have our first workstation over here, which has a powerful laser printer. This is really the business office side of our business. And I have somebody here that does all of that kind of thing for me. Getting now into the photo processing area. These are just regular inkjet printers that just do proofs and, you know, any kind of printing that we need that's not high quality. Got those, they're all wireless. Over here is one of the Photoshop workstations that we have. And usually Curtis, my assistant in the photo business, runs that most of the time. And all of our archives are on these various drives and on disks outside of the building and other places. So we have triplicate on everything. And we use the Epson scanner, which is great for film and documents, that kind of thing. And lastly, I have a Canon printer here. This is the 6300 from Canon, and it does 24 by whatever. I've done 24 by 36 and that kind of sizes. Anything larger than that, I have to send out. But this printing we can do in-house, and boy, I like that. I've always printed my own stuff, even in the analog days, and we used Epson printers for a decade and finally switched to Canon, and I definitely do like it better. One last thing here in this room, see if I can show you a little bit of organization. space is everything when you have a smaller office. So this little hanging rack has on it all the jobs, sessions coming in, offers quotes, in progress, schools and workshops and models, and all that is right here. So I have all my information in this one room, and I have one more room to show you. This is where I do my screen recording, which it seems to be very popular to do the little lessons on desktop recording. So you don't have to have my face on camera that much anymore, because I'm going to give you a lot of these. Come on in. This is our studio where we do these kind of projects. So let me get a seat here. Anyway, team, this is our audio recording room. We can do video editing as well, overdubs. I do a lot of overdubbing in here. But when I'm creating my lessons for our new YouTube channel, this is where I do it. And I'm enjoying it a lot. So this is going to be, I think, a great new way for me to keep pushing great lessons out to you that are members or subscribing to our channel. And boy, we thank you for that. Now we're outdoors. I have a back porch, which is fairly sizable, and I do a lot of photography back here, but most all of it is for my high school senior clients. I'm going to show you around a little bit, but it is January right now, so we don't have quite as much color as we normally do. Our senior season here is April, May through September. And at that time, my wife does a fantastic job of keeping this whole place and every shooting angle full of color. Let me show you around. So we have areas that we've built. In fact, a lot of these pieces here that we can sit our kids on, put their feet up, whatever they want to do, are done. We built these things and painted them to be kind of invisible out here. Let me tell you one other thing while I'm sitting here and I'm comfortable, is that we are so fortunate, blessed indeed. Our back porch, the lighting coming in is perfect north. Our house faces south. We have east and west, so all our light comes from the north, which, if you don't know, it's the most beautiful, softest light you can get. So almost any time of day, from the early morning to the late afternoon, we can shoot in here, and it's never an issue. And we can shoot either direction. I'm going to show you around, but I just wanted you to see one area that we shoot in, our seniors, and get a lot of mileage out of it. In a lot of my senior images, I use old gates and other things like this. Old chairs, old gates. This particular one gets a lot of mileage, and let me tell you why. The major asset to it is this beautiful curve that we have. People of all sizes, whether they be little kids or high school seniors, they can be posed behind this or in front of it. Another primitive piece that we found and painted to make fit our scene, and even the old shutter colors, all carefully picked to be a great background. My wife does a great job of bringing color and green into it. Whatever it needs to be, she finds a way to do for me. And that way, we just have the most beautiful backgrounds all the time. And it's so easy. You know what? I seldom have to bring more than a tripod out. I usually don't even bring the lights anymore. I used to bring battery-powered lights out here. I just don't need them. So this is a perfect situation for me. But if I was in somebody's location that, and you got to be prepared, that didn't have this kind of lighting, I would always have in my toolbox some battery-operated, lights and soft boxes. But that's pretty much the tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want you to have great success in your photography businesses, and that's why I'm showing you what I do. It's not very hard to figure out that you can have a great portrait business without a lot of space. Have a great one, and stay with us on the channel, Tim Kelly's Master Photo Techniques.